Hello, it's so nice to see you here today. So, as always, I am Rebecca Lockwood, your success coach, your neuro-linguistic programming trainer, hypnosis trainer, and coach trainer. I support female entrepreneurs to become neuro-linguistic programming practitioners, hypnosis practitioners, and coaches. So let's jump in. So today, we are talking about how to build an online audience. This is one of the questions that I get asked all of the time. And as I went over to my spreadsheet and had a look at all the questions that I get asked, this was one of the most common. So I pulled it out. And it's really ironic because that is some of the advice that I'm going to be giving today. So I'm going to dive right in with this. So as you know, these lives are really quick, really actionable, and I like to keep them short, snappy, sweet, and implementable. Is that a word? Maybe it is today. So how to build an online audience. So the first thing then you need to do is you need to know who would you love to work with? Like, who is this online audience? And now when we talk about an online audience, today we're talking about an online audience that we would want to work with. So firstly, like, who are they? Who do you really want to work with? Who would it be that would, like, you know, you'd be so excited to work with them, you'd be really excited to chat with them, connect with them, learn about them, you know, have good rapport with them? Hi ladies, who is that person? You need to be super duper clear on who she is, or who he is, or who they are, whether the female and male. Like, what do they like? Where do they go? Like, do they go out eating? Where do they eat? What kind of clothes do they wear? Where do they shop? What kind of words do they use? What phrases do they say? You know, like, really understand who that person is. Because I have so many people coming to me and asking me this question, like, how do I build an online audience? And usually it's, how do I build an online audience that I can sell to? How do I build an online audience that want to buy my things? Usually it ends with one of them things, like, how do I build an online audience that I can convert into clients? So really that's what this is all about. But you need to know who they are. Like, they can't just be anyone. They need to be a specific kind of person. So as I'm delivering this live here today, I can see that there's 3 of you on live with me. So hi Maria, hi Lottie, hi Amy. Now I would never want to put you all into the same bucket, but you've got similar traits. And there's a theme that runs throughout the people who join me and connect with me and then hop on our trainings. And it's like, you're very entrepreneurial, you're very driven, you're success minded. And so sometimes it doesn't have to be like their things like, how old are they? Do they have children? It doesn't have to be them kind of things. It can be, what are the traits of them people? What are their mindset? What's their mindset? How do they think? And it can also be that kind of thing. So the second thing is, what help do they need? Like, what is it that they need from you? What is the support that you are providing that they need? And like, how does that come out? Like, do they need help with business? Do they need help with a specific thing in their business? Do they need help with branding their business? Do they need help with getting sales in their business? Do they need help with feeling more positive? Do they need help with, you know? But do not ever assume what they need help with. You need to do the research. So once you know, number one, who would you love to work with, once you know the answer to that question, you can then do the research and find out, what did they need help with? What did them people need help with that you can provide support with? So ask them. You can create a Google form and collect information that way. You can create something using Monkey Survey. You can just send them a message and just ask them. Yeah, hop on a call with people, do the research. Don't ever assume what people need. Now, a lot of people think, right, well, I was in this place once and this was help that I needed. And that is a really good place to start, but don't ever use that as an assumption to assume that's what everybody else needs help with. So make sure you still do the research. You need to back up your assumptions with facts and figures. So for example, if you think, okay, I would love to work with someone who's like me, someone who was like me a year ago, who might have struggled with, well, for me, it might have been 3 years ago, 4 years ago, who struggled with self-belief, who needed help, who had a baby and had postnatal depression. This is just an example I'm giving you. And then I wanted to help that person. So that's the person that I want to help with. So that was me 4 years ago. So what did I need 4 years ago? I needed help with my mindset. I needed help in my self-belief. Then I would go away and do the research. So send the questionnaire out, ask people what they need help with. And I would send that questionnaire to people who are in that bracket, so the people who I would love to work with. Does that make sense? So always back up your assumptions with facts and figures. And then third thing, once you know what the facts and figures are, and another tip actually to collect that information is to ask, if you've got a Facebook group, ask 3 questions upon people joining. So then 3 questions could be, what do you need help with at the moment? Or what's your biggest challenge at the moment? And the next question could be, if you had a magic wand that gave you everything you needed right now, what would that be? So then 2 questions will help give you the answer to what your dream client needs help and support with. So then third thing, create valuable content that's going to help them. So this is exactly what I did to do this live video today, or this podcast, whether you're listening to us on the podcast or watching the live video. I have a Facebook group, and upon people joining that Facebook group, I ask 3 questions. Would you like a free copy of my book? Leave your email below. What is your biggest challenge at the moment? And thirdly, if you had a magic wand, what would be the ideal, like the perfect solution for you right now? So it's something along their lines. And then I add all of them responses into a spreadsheet. And then when I came to create this live video, I checked my spreadsheet and was like, right, what am I going to talk about today? What's the topic that I'm going to cover today? And that's how I got the content to deliver this training on this live video or podcast, whether you're watching or listening. So that's it from me today, ladies. As I said, I like to keep these quick, sweet, short, actionable, and give you tips that you can implement. So the things to remember really are, you need to know who you'd love to work with. You also need to know what help they need, and then you need to create the valuable content that they are asking for. Never make assumptions, always do the research to back up what you assume is true. So that's it from me, ladies. I'm Rebecca Lockwood, your success coach, NLP, hypnosis and coach trainer. Have an amazing day.